Dan George with Lee Cutler. Lee, just sum up for me how you're feeling right now.
Absolutely gutted, mate. To be honest, yeah, that's it. Really, just a bit gutted. Yeah.
What was your assessment of the fight in general? We'll get on to obviously how it ended, but how did you feel in there through those rounds before the stoppage?
Felt very, very comfortable. I thought the rounds were very close. I thought the scorecards were absolutely disgusting, and I felt I was getting on top of the fight. I thought from the sixth round or something, I was just like, he was gassed. I was whipping him to the body, and I could just feel like I was smiling at him. And I also believe the cut it got stopped on was done by a punch and not, I might have got outworked early doors by what people are saying, like some of these, but I'm so physically strong in there, and he just knows I was pushing him around, like I just bullying him. I felt, and I felt the fight got robbed from me. To be honest, and yeah.
Obviously the moment that the stoppage comes around, he's got these cuts which people have seen and people are saying have been caused by punches, and then effectively as the fight stops, you go to whatever the scorecards were at the time. Did you feel like he could have fought on with? Did you get a close look at the cuts that he had?
The one that was done by a punch was a big cut, but I could see his eyes, and his eyes were clear. He was running down the side of his face, yeah, I felt he could definitely, but I just felt I got robbed. He's got a very experienced corner that's been coached to a lot of boxers, and obviously been in Sam's career, and they knew the tide was changing in the fight, so he's at home, and yeah, I'm just absolutely gutted. I need that rematch. Like I haven't watched it back. I can't watch it back. Well, I haven't, obviously. I've just got out of the ring, just done the drugs test and stuff. I just, yeah, that's how I feel from speaking to everyone. I just felt I was getting on top of the fight. I felt him like zapping. I feel just so physically strong compared to these super welterweights.
Stay there, Lee. You were joined as well, obviously, by your coach, Josh Pritchard. Josh, just give me your assessment as well of the moment that the cuts come about and the fight stops. What were you thinking in that moment?
Yeah, I sort of echo what Lee said. I felt like he started well in the first. Was a close round, and then the next 4 or 5 rounds were pretty close. But Lee was very comfortable in there, and then from 6, 7, 8, tides were turning, as Lee said. He was getting well into his groove, pushing Sam back, and Sam was struggling. I felt like if it was another 2 rounds, he would have stopped him in the 9th or the 10th. I think it's pretty outrageous to stop a cut which is initially done by a punch. I don't think that's legal. So we'll definitely contest it and speak to the board, speak to Robert Smith, and see if anything can be done.
What would you say would be, in your opinion, the ideal scenario to, as opposed to stopping the fight? Would you, like to think that they would have just continued with the fight and, finished the duration until it got potentially worse and they would have to step in?
Well, if the cut was that bad and the doctor felt like he couldn't continue, then that's fine. But if the punch has been caused, if the cut has been caused by a punch, then Lee wins. It wasn't done initially by a head. So
everyone's saying on socials. I just had a quick look at my phone for the first time, and everyone's saying that they were done by punches. Yeah, that's just me just looking at what people are saying, and I think they were replaying it on Sky and stuff. But like I said, he's got an experienced corner. Could see he was gassing, and yeah, got to speak to him because he knows much more about boxing than I do. I just turn up and punch people.
Josh, just give me your verdict on your relationship with this guy, because you guys have been working together for what, coming up to 2 years, more than 2 years, something like that. There seems to be a good bond between the two of you, and Lee's career has been on such an upward trajectory since you guys kind of joined forces. Just tell me a little bit about your relationship and how it's been working with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously me and Lee have been working together like 18 months. He picked up the English title, and then had a long layoff, and then boxed McKenna, who was a massive underdog for, and put in a great performance there. But we've bonded really well. He's spent a lot of time in the gym. Normally a lot of fights just come in for the camps, but Lee's continually working in the gym with me. So there's been a huge improvement in Lee's performances, which is great. And it's just it's gutting to obviously be on the end of a loss, but even more so when it feels like it's been sort of wrongly given to you and it's effectively been robbed. But we'll definitely need the immediate rematch for sure.
When you say you'll speak to Robert Smith and the board, what would you hope to come out of that kind of conversation? Would you hope for potentially a no contest? Could a rematch be ordered, something like that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, potentially. I'm not sure what Robert Smith would do in regards to the actual decision. Perhaps it would stay that way, but we at least would want an immediate rematch. And I asked for that in the ring, so let's see if we can make it happen.
And Lee, did you get a chance to speak to Sam Eggington after the fight? What was he kind of saying in there to you?
He just said we're cut from the same cloth, and he's up for the rematch, but they're gonna have to pay him a lot more money. And like, respect to him, he's a nice lad, and it's nothing to do with him. He's just got an experienced corner, and if I was on the other side of it, he would have done exactly the same. If the tides were changing and I got stopped, like, it's just what boxing's about. But I just feel I've got robbed from it, from seeing and feeling like when I was in there, I just felt so comfortable. And like, next time, I'm not going to allow that to happen. It was a bit like the Stevie McKenna fight, early doors. I was so comfortable, but probably losing the rounds by him just going at me. Do you know what I mean? Like, he never buzzed me, never, you know. So yeah, just gutted, mate, to be honest. But I'm a little bit happy now. I've seen a little bit of reaction, and like, I'm not. Yeah, it's not like I've been beat up and that. I was away. I went away from home. But yeah, let's see if we can. I'm hoping it was a great fight for the TVs, and then Sky can call that rematch. That's the only way I feel like I can go on with my career, when I right this wrong and then push forward.
No, I just feel like this, although we're on the wrong end of the decision now, I feel like that would also give Lee a lot of confidence now. I mean, he's boxing at a much higher level. Sam has just fallen short in a majority decision for an EBU European title against Abbas, who's a really good fighter. So, and Lee could have stopped that guy if he upped the pace a little bit more. He would have got him out there. So I mean, Lee's competing at that European level essentially, which is a big improvement for where he was. So. Yeah, although it's a bad decision, I think Lee needs to gain a lot of confidence from that win, and will learn a lot and probably really improve.
And I mean, just your reaction as well to the 1983 scorecard.
It's just abysmal, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll get investigated if we speak to Robert. I'm not sure, but there's nothing we can do now. It's just, it's just ink on paper, isn't it? So, but. We'll be positive and we'll try and fight for the immediate rematch. And if we don't get the decision overturned, which is probably unlikely, we'll knock them out in the next one.
Lee, just finally, a message to your fans. There's only walking in a Cutler Wonderland around the BP Pulse Live in Birmingham. We're not close to home in Dorset, but you still brought a load of fans up here with you. What's your message to those fans?
I'm just thankful for everyone getting behind me, and I hope it continues, whatever happens. I hope I entertain them. I'm so sorry that I didn't get the victory tonight so they could celebrate. But hopefully we can get the rematch and then they can celebrate that, because that'll be much better.
Rematch potentially in Bournemouth?
I've said that. I said that's what we're going to go call. I'm going to go speak to Benchalon now and say, look, let's make a bit of a smaller show in Bournemouth. I can sell the whole place out, especially after that fight. I think let's get over 12, because he would have been done in 10. And I think just a little bit of upping the pace if he wants to take it. But I don't think he's going to take it for small money. And Benchalon, he'll have to put his hand in his pocket to get him back down to Bournemouth. But we'll see. Yeah, I just back to the gym. Gonna have a little break now, and then back to the gym, and see what's next. Just gutted.
Well, commiserations, but thank you for your time, and look forward to hopefully seeing you back out there again soon.
Thank you very much, mate.